Good evening and welcome to Black Power, the podcast with me, Iffy Thomas. I'm an author, motivational speaker and the founder of The Confidence Star. And for this month, Black History Month, I am shining the light on people who inspire me to inspire you. And up next we have Whoopi Goldberg. She is somebody who's iconic to me. I remember watching her when I was very young on TV and thinking, wow, I love her personality. I love her sense of humour. And it's wonderful to see somebody else represented in a different way that looks like me. Here she is.
We are all born. We're born with success. It is only others who point out our failures, or what they attribute to us as failure. I think the idea that you know who your inner self is, on a daily basis, because, what's good for you 25 years ago may not be good for you now. So to keep in touch with that, that's the I think the first ingredient for success. Because if you're a successful human being, everything else is gravy.
An actor, and I couldn't get any work because people would look, and I'd go try to do some Shakespeare, and they go, what are you here for? And I'd say, well, I'd like to audition for them. They go, no. Next. So I wrote a whole bunch of stuff for me to do so I could show people what I was capable of. And that sort of kicked everything off.
Look at me. This was not anyone's idea of what a movie star looked like, ever. And after it happened, I would read that in the paper all the time. What's with the face? What's with the hair? Why does she look like this? Why didn't she wear high heels? Why does she dress like a guy? Is she gay? Is she straight? What the hell? For years and years and years, because I guess you were supposed to be a little more glamorous. And glamour's a lot of work. I have dreads because I didn't want to comb my hair. It had nothing to do with rastas and people are like, oh, I'm not deep. I wore sneakers because it was most comfortable for me, and who wants to stand in high heels for 3 or 4 hours, when you could be wearing sneakers under that dress. So that's what I did. I knew as soon as I hit that light, I was waving. It's always been. It's as much a part of my whole being as breathing. I always knew this was it. I didn't know it was going to be like this, but I always knew that I wanted to act, There was never for me, anyone saying, no, you're going to fail, or no, there's no place for you. The only thing my mom ever said to me was, it may be tough, but what isn't?
What would you say is the most challenging part of having dyslexia, and what advantages do you think it has given you?
I think the advantage is my brain sees and puts information in my head differently. Sometimes more interestingly, I think, than if I saw like everyone else. I think it's less challenging now because we have some idea about it. But I think the challenge will always be how we see ourselves. Not as folks with a handicap, but folks with an interesting perspective.
That was Whoopi Goldberg. That's incredible. That's awesome. And I love what she said about she actually sees it as a strength. And the fact that her brain processes information differently means that she's able to see the world differently, which means it's able to enhance her ability to step into stories. Fantastic. You've been listening to Black Power, the podcast with me, Iffy Thomas. For Black History Month, every single day this month, I will be shining the light on people who inspire me. Don't forget to tune in, and I will see you tomorrow. Good evening.